Hi there, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. My name is Melanie, and today we are continuing on with my little journey here of going through some recent acquisitions of paper collections that have made their way into my space. I'm going to deal with Christmas today. I have two different collections, one simple vintage Yuletide, and the other one is Boho Christmas. Both are from Simple Stories. They have very different mood and feels with them. I do divide Christmas into subcategories. I split between color. So I've got traditional, which is your typical red and green, and then I've got your non-traditional, which would be any other color scheme. And then I also have what I call whimsical and vintage. And this is a perfect example. This would be considered vintage. I usually go by the icons within the collection to drive what the mood and feel is. He's got a very vintage look and feel to him, whereas this is much more cartoonish in its iconography. Is that the right word? So this would be much more whimsical. I'm also, as I'm going through this, I'm going to pull out any papers that I think I would use more for the color than for the theme. Those are going to go in my color sections. I'm going to try making some page kits. Usually I break these up because I don't think I'm going to use them together, or if I do, I'm going to use like maybe 2 or 3 papers together, but not the entire collection. And so I break those out into what I call page kits. Yeah. Okay. So let's start with Simple Vintage Yuletide, and let's see where we end up with this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip through the papers. I'm going to kind of pick the side that I think I would probably use and place it up on this side here, and then we'll go from there. So while I think he's super cute, I am not a big Santa person, generally speaking, so we're going to use the green plaid on this side. This has got a floral. I'm not sure what kind of flowers this is. Maybe a magnolia. And then we've got a layered, collaged kind of piece of paper, which is kind of fun. Both of these are really quite nice, and I would probably use either or, but we're going to put the floral side up for now. We've got some holly and berries, which is gorgeous. I had a paper from this, I probably still have some of it in my stash, to be honest, that I have hoarded for like 30 years because I loved it so much. So that's really pretty. And this red is also quite nice. We've got another collage paper, this time with poinsettias on the edge, which is really pretty. And then we've got the poinsettias on the front. Love that. The deer are cute. Probably would not use in a scrapbook layout. And then we've got some holly and berries on this side. Now you'll see, just by looking at this together and what I'm saying, I would probably use, I would almost never pair all of these patterns together. This one, yes, but mostly I don't think I would pair those naturally. I'm not saying it can't be done, and it can't be done well. It's just I just don't gravitate towards that. So, that's why I break it up. Now this one here, the wreaths are pretty, and you could cut these out and use them as like ephemera pieces. That would be a really great way to get some inexpensive ephemera. But I think I'm going to flip it over on the gold side. We've got the Santa again and another plaid. And I am kind of trying to keep them somewhat color coordinated. So when we go to make kits, we'll go from there. This is definitely going to go in the Christmas section. Like I said, this is going to go under traditional and vintage. These cut aparts are also great. I much prefer them to the bells. So again, that's going to go in my Christmas section. And these cut aparts are quite nice as well, but so is that. I think we'll put that in the Christmas section. A red stripe. I'm sure I've got more red stripes. Same with that. There's lots of cut aparts in here. And then we have the plaid. I could see me making like cards or something out of this, maybe. I don't know, or layering pieces. So again, that's going to go in my Christmas section. So we're not left with very much. These I would consider kit starters, but they definitely need a couple pieces to flesh them out. And then these would be supplemental. So do I want to pair any of these together? I think this is the only one that has the gold in it, or do we... Not loving that. So it's either this one or this one. I think I kind of like it with that one better. And I'm wondering if maybe we can pair this up with the plaid. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, so that's going to be one kit. Now, can we pair this up with this? It's very busy, but I don't hate it. But do I like it better with this one? You'll see me often do this where when I'm comparing, I will take what I consider to be the main print and pair it up with something else, and then I'll use just a small sliver of it because that's probably how I would end up using it. Okay, I think this has potential. It definitely needs a red. So let's see what's what. I pulled a bunch of reds for a couple videos ago that I have not put away. So let's pull those out and see if any of them work before we go and dig around in the bins. Because why make more work for myself, right? I'll be right back. I also had some greens that I think would work. But let's start with the reds. And this one here. That's a pretty good potential. A lot of plaids, which I don't think would work with that other one. Definitely not a stripe. The only other one that potentially could work is this one. But I don't know that I love the distressing on it. So let's actually pair it with that. This one has a very fine leafy print on it, which I normally don't love pairing similar prints, but because this is so fine, I think it's okay. So this is going to be another kit. Okay, so we've got this one here, and I know that there is some green in here that I think would work really well. Like that one. I think this one would work as well, but I really like it with this plaid. And what about if we pair this one with that dark reddy color? Because this one's got like some black tones and distressing in here, and there's a lot of that dark, really dark burgundy in here that almost reads black. So I think that would work. This is a little bit more distressed. This is clean, but this one has like all the different layers and stuff behind it. So I think, you know, and some like splotches and stuff like that. So I think it works. Now, do I love this? Has kind of got like a grid, and this is a grid. Not really. Not really. So do we have another one that we can test or swap out for? This one is quite distressed as well, and maybe that would work. I mean, it works. It's just, do I love it? I really love this plaid. What happens instead of going red if we go with this green? This is from DIY Christmas from Simple Stories. What happens if we just do that? Oh, I like that a lot. Okay, that's a done deal. Okay, and then what's left is the holly, which maybe we pair that one up with that. Maybe. Oh, we do have this plaid though. This is from Cardabella. Oh no, I like that much better. Yeah, let's pair that up. But then what am I going to do for green? Or do we not do green? Maybe we do like a wood grain. I think I have some wood grain pulled out too. So I have this one. It's Head Over Heels from Echo Park. It is from 2013. I don't hate that. And then I have this Farm Life from Minte from 2018. I don't know that I love that together. And I don't know that I really want to go and pull anything else because I'm so close to having this done. What about this one? Do I like that darker color better? Darker or lighter? I think I like the darker. Lighter, darker. I think I like the darker. So let's pull that one back out. This was, I'm pretty sure, from a paper pad. And what about a green dot? Is this the right green? Will this work? Again, it's not, it just has to go. It doesn't have to be matchy-matchy, right? So this one is from Park Lane, I'm pretty sure, paper pad. And I like that. It's not quite the right green, but I think it still works. I think it still works. So let's go for it. Okay. That is that first collection. Now let's pull out Boho and see what we can do with that. I love it when I don't have to go pull more stuff. And I love that I haven't put it away yet, so that I don't have to go and pull it. Okay, so here's Boho. These cutter parts are meh. Okay. And I don't like this pattern. So the question is they're okay? They're usable. Do I feel compelled to get rid of it? No. So that's going to go in my Christmas. We've got the tags. I don't care for most of these, but the back side are really good. So that's going to go in Christmas as well. We've got Mary and some, I don't know what they're called, pom-poms maybe. I like the Mary. We've got some trees and a poinsettia. I like the trees. This is interesting. This is not the same color. This is like almost got like, it's got more of a bluey undertone. It reads almost like a lavender. Interesting. Plaid, and I don't care for the Santa, so plaid's gonna go on the upside. The gifts are cute, the presents. Yeah, I like that. I actually really like these together. Something to think about. We've got some sprigs with some berries and then the cut aparts. We've got some red, a red dot, and the poinsettia. I prefer the red dot. We've got some more cut aparts and the words, the poinsettias and the plaid, cut aparts, and a dot. Okay. So I said I liked these two together, which I do. So let's put that aside for a moment. Got the Mary. I don't know that I like it with any of these. I don't mind those two together, but do I love it? And I don't mind these two together, and I don't mind these two together. Okay. So put those like that, and the Mary is just going to go in my stash. And let's see what we've got in the red to pull this together. And again, I'm not opposed to going to my stash and pulling more stuff out. It's just, why go to that extra step if I don't have to, right? Okay, so we're focusing on these two. And I said red, but I don't know, maybe it needs something different. Maybe it should have like gold or something. Yeah, I don't think any of these are going to work. Maybe this would be a good opportunity to pull out like a foil or something. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave these two as a kit by itself, with the thought being that I could pull out some foil or something like that if need be. Now this one here, I'm wondering if we could use a wood grain. I don't have a good wood grain pulled out. So this one I'm going to have to put aside for a minute. Definitely going to have to go to my stash for that. This one, maybe this plaid. I think that could look cute. Yeah, I like that. That is from Cartabella 2019. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and what's left is the gifts. And again, I'm thinking maybe something gold or that brownie color. Not this one. Yeah, let's do that. This is Dots and Stripes. It's called Egypt, and it is from 2016. Definitely for the smaller scale. Again, there are dots and stuff in here, but I don't necessarily hate that. Okay, so the only thing that is left is this one, and let me go see if I can find something that will work for this. Okay, so I found this wood grain. It's called Just Dream by Kim Watson. It's from the Hip Kit Club. And I really like this together. I think the wood grain just bakes up the pattern a little bit. There is some of this bluey green color in here, so I think it'll work. Again, this is just starting points, you guys. If and when I go to use these, if I change my mind, of course I have license to swap things out depending on photos, etc. So that is it. This is the pile of colored cardstock that I have pulled from all the last few sessions. We've got a couple more kits to go through, which will be on the next video, I think. It'll be in an upcoming video for sure. I hope you are inspired and that you enjoy this little mix and matching. Let me know if you would have done anything different with what you saw. And until next time, happy crafting.